Everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan from Ryan's Tech Guide, and I'm here to help you with your tech. So today we're going to be talking about PC maintenance. Now, this is a subject I feel most people need to take a look at in more detail. It's to help improve your performance on your machines, to help general use and overall good management of your device. So with that, let's just get right into it. First thing we're going to talk about is controlling the dust. Now, what I mean by that, dust is the #1 killer for devices. It's as simple as that. It causes overheating. It will cause electrical issues eventually if the dust builds up inside. And then what happens then is that your device just will stop working one day. What I suggest people do is go to your local electronics store, pick up a can of air or compressed air as it's known, and always have that at home. And just once a week, blow down any of the vents or open up your tower and take the side panels off, and then just blow down the motherboard, the fans that are around, and the CPU fan. And what that'll do is it'll help prevent overheating. It's going to help keep the device cooler, so that way the parts don't have to work as hard. Just generally, it's just better all around. And also, if you have computer cases that have windows or anything, you won't notice the dust. So I suggest once a week, blow down the devices, the laptops, keep them about a foot or two away from the nozzle, and just make sure that the keyboard and the back side of it is cleared up. So the second one we're going to talk about is Windows updates. Now, as I said in a previous video I've posted, Windows updates are vital. Be sure to always do them. Maintain the updates with security patches, the cumulative updates, which is the way Microsoft has done them now, where it's faster and they do it all more in one shot rather than multiple downloads and updates like they always used to. Be sure to do your updates at all times. Most people have it set up automatically, which is the way to do it. As I mentioned before, sometimes updates can cause errors. We just had that a few weeks ago where there was an update that came out, caused Windows 10, 11 machines to have other issues that came up. And within a few days, Microsoft had a patch fix that. It does happen, not too often. I mean, not what I've seen, but always keep an eye on that. And again, maintain your update. Number 3, clear your browsers of junk. So browsers, number 1, the way to get onto the web with any device we have. What happens is as you progressively use the internet, it will build up little files that in particular that could cause harm. Now, Google Chrome, for instance, has a notorious problem where you'll have pop-ups in the right-hand corner. And what happens is people think that that is a virus. Now, sometimes it can be, but a lot of the times it's just malware or some kind of little file that's attached inside the browser's memory or cache, as it's known. What happens is it continuously pops up with different ads or issues, things that'll come up. So what you do is you just clean the browser out. And I will do a video on how to do that for Edge, Chrome, or anything else. The other browsers that are out there. But absolutely be sure to maintain it once a week. Go into your browsers and clear out all the unnecessary files that are in there. And that will help maintain your PC and make it run smoother, and your internet experience will be much better. So, which falls into the next one, antivirus. So antiviruses are necessary. Obviously, viruses are well with us still. Mostly like a lot of Windows devices obviously see this. Be sure to maintain your antivirus and make sure that the scan starts at the beginning when you turn on your machine. Now, I know people think, well, it slows it down. I have to wait a little longer. But you know what? If it catches the virus right away and puts it into quarantine, which you make sure you set that up, or it may do it automatically depending which one you own, why not do it? If it takes an extra couple minutes for the performance to bounce back, it's worth it. That's what they're for. That's why you put them on there. So make sure you update, make sure you have that maintained. That's a very, very important one to look after. So again, once a week, always make sure you scan as well if you don't have it set up automatically. Now, the next point, restart versus shutdown. Now, in a previous video, I mentioned what this is about, but I'll just recap. So in Windows, old Windows of yesteryear, Windows would have a hard shutdown. You do it, session's gone, RAM bleeds out, everything's clean every time you turn it on. Now, Microsoft has decided to go the instant on, keeping the session open, even though you've shut it down, to maintain where you are or to maintain that level of boot up time. Well, that's what they've done. And what happens then, you continuously let the session build. So you'll see it going over a number of days. And I'll do a video as well about how to find that, check the session time, and to see other little maintenance things as we go. But if you do a restart, what it'll do is it'll install those updates that we're finishing or pending to be done, and it will clean up other areas that you may see, like your network might stop, your network card, your sound, your video drivers may not work right. You may have these little programs that will stop working. You don't know why. Well, be sure to always do a restart once a week. Usually I would go Wednesday because Patch Tuesday, once a month, when Microsoft brings its updates down, every Wednesday, if you can, do a restart. Or, I mean, do it as many as you like. Do your restart at least once a week. Clear that session. Shutdown, of course, always do that. Save power. Don't run your machine for no reason because, I mean, if you're not doing anything aside like rendering or anything else, please do that. It'd be the best thing to do. So the next thing we're going to talk about is scan and clear your hard drive. Now, your hard drive can build up a lot of files through various ways. The download folder is one spot. Recycle bin, again, the browser cache, all that. So many people have come across systems, their desktops littered with files, their download folders are full files. Recycle bins have not been emptied. Just be sure to do those. Take care of the download and especially the recycle bin. Clear that out. They'll say to me, well, Ryan, the hard drive's losing space and I don't know why. Well, let's check those areas. Oh, look at that. You have 50 gig of space sitting there of various files you have and you haven't deleted them. Well, why not? Well, I just forgot to do it. Make sure once a week to clear those spaces, download folder and recycle bin. I'll show you how to do that in another video as before. Make sure your desktop's clear of any files as well. It's just nice practice. Clean desktop, clean file system makes it run smoother, and it's just better for yourself for organizational purposes. So please do that if you can. I recommend that. The next thing, which is just as vital, and it has to do with files as well, is to maintain a backup of all your important files. So many people don't do this, and what they do is they rely on their devices to work as normal all the time, and they don't think hard drives die. They do. They're a mechanical device. Some of them are not as mechanical anymore. They're more flash-like. But what happens is they just die and they stop working. You'll turn your device on and all of a sudden there's a blank screen and you're like, well, what happened? Or it'll come up saying boot device not found. Well, when it does that, that means it cannot find the Windows that's in there. Now, sometimes you can recover the files. Other times you can't. And when you can't, there's no way around it. So the thing is, if you do that, always maintain a backup. Now, as I said in the banner there, do it in the cloud. Like you can go Google Drive, go OneDrive from Microsoft. They offer that at maybe businesses, or you can buy them on your own with your own personal accounts. You buy an external drive. You have one on your device at all times where you can download the files. Some of them have programs built into them that will actually automatically back up your drive for you. And I recommend that. And again, I will look into those. And also just a thumb drive, something like this, just as simple as one of these, a thumb drive. Have one of these with you at all times. Maintain your main files you need on one of these. Sure, these could get lost, but the thing is, if you do all these backups like this, very, very important. Have those devices around, have those options, and maintain your files. Don't rely on the system to work forever because it won't. I will tell you right here, right now, it will not. You will lose files if you don't maintain. And as we all know, files today, digital information is the number one thing now. Pictures that you can't recover. I mean, some people are getting back into the photo stuff, Polaroid or whatever else there is, or just regular cameras, but digital's the thing now. But maintain that stuff. Please maintain a backup at all times. The last thing I'll talk about is uninstalling programs and games you do not need. Now, I always uninstall programs I don't need or games that I'm done with. Like, it's space that you could recoup to do other projects, like, if you render video or if you want other games installed or other programs you want to try out. Uninstall and maintain a very good file system. It's just simpler. You know what you have. You're not going to have to worry about updates. Like a lot of these programs do automatic updates now for these games and other stuff. And then what happens is it opens up more space that you lose. It's just important to do. So please uninstall stuff that you can. Again, not necessarily once a week on this one, but whenever you know you're done with something, just remove it. And your computer will run smooth because of it. So those are, I'd say, the 8 points. Yeah, those are the 8 points that I've come up with. I hope you find this information invaluable. I feel it's worked out well. I maintain my machine with these. It helps saves cache and just generally better experience. And your machines will run better. So with that, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Please hit the like or subscribe button. If you want more notifications for my content, hit the little bell on the right. Also, I plan to do more videos. I'm even thinking of doing a live event soon. So with that, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Good night.